Today we are discussing parity. What is the parity of a nucleus? If we reflect the coordinate system at the origin, means if we change the coordinate systems x to minus x, y to minus y, and z to minus z, then the wave function of a physical system change from psi x y z to psi minus x minus y minus z. This is the wave function and its coordinate is x y z. If we reflect them, which means if we change with respect to origin, then we can get this one. If Hamiltonian remains invariant under space inversion, then the change wave function can be related to the original wave function in two possible ways. Means the resultant wave function can be connected in the form of initial wave function in these two possible ways. Case first, if this is the case, then this show the even parity, and the second one is corresponds to the odd parity. Under parity transformation, a right-handed coordinate system transformed into left-handed coordinate system, and this parity transformation is the discrete transformation, and it cannot be obtained through any continuous transformation or through any combination of continuous transformation. Now, if we take UP as the operator, which is corresponding to parity transformation, if we apply this parity operator twice on a wave function, then we get the same wave function, which means the initial wave function which we had. So the parity operator have this property: UP square is equal to 1. Since this is unitary operator and the unitary operator has the quality of this, which means it is Hermitian operator. This characteristic shows that parity operator is Hermitian operator, as we study in quantum mechanics. So, and we also know that the eigenvalues of any Hermitian operator are always real. So if psi is the wave function of a state of any quantum state, and if on this wave function if we apply this parity operator UP, then this is the parity operator, and this is the wave function. If we apply this on this wave function, then we get the same wave function but with its eigenvalue, then this is called its eigenvalue. If we apply parity operator on this one again, considering it as a new wave function, new eigenfunction. So if we take it, if we assume it new wave function, new eigenfunction, and UP is applying on this one, then since this one can be written like this, the action of UP on psi r is equal to this one. Since this is numerical value, so P can be taken outside. So this can be written as like this. Again UP applied on psi r, then again we find the same wave function with eigenvalue P. This one can be multiplied. So UP and UP, this one is UP squared UR psi r, and this one can be written like this. So comparing this one, comparing this one from equation, this one, a equation, show that p square is equals to 1. From this p is equals to 1, there are two situations, p equals to 1 for even parity state and p minus 1 is odd parity state. As we study in detail in the chapter of elementary particles, that the parity of a nucleus remains conserved under nuclear reactions. Due to this, there must be parity quantum number +1 and -1 for each nuclear state. In simple words, nuclear states have parity quantum number either 1 or -1. But conventionally, the parity of nucleons, either proton or neutron, are taken as +1. This is conventionally taken. The parity of nucleons depends upon its orbital quantum number, which means L. Here we should note that in the case of elementary particles, the parity of elementary particles depends also on spin quantum number S. But our initial stage, we consider it only orbital state L. So if the orbital state is known in the nucleus, then we can find the parity from this formula, -1 to the power L. The resultant parity is the product of parities of all nucleons of the nucleus. If L1, L2, L3 are the orbital quantum number of the nucleons, then total parity of the nucleons is the multiple of these parities. So P is equals to P1, P2, P3, and also this one we can find individually. For P1, the parity can be calculated through this one, -1 power L1. Similarly, P2 is equals to -1 power L2, this one. So the total parity will be multiple of the individual parities. If the nucleus has one unpaired nucleons, then the parity of the nucleus is equals to the parity of the unpaired nucleons. Because all paired nucleons, the parity will be, there will be no parity. So the parity, in this case, the parity will be equals to that of unpaired nucleon. So for S state, D state and G state, the parity is even, and PFH H state, the parity is equals to -1, which is odd parity. Now we take one example. Determine the parity of following light nuclei, considering them in the ground state. C1 nitrogen 15 in ground state, 1p half, and oxygen D state में. So for C1 nitrogen 15, this is L state, corresponds to L state. For S state, L is equals to, for S L equals to 0, and for P L equals to 1, and for D L equals to 2. So when L equals to even number, then parity is always even, as in the case in this one. And if L is odd, then parity will be odd. So here L is odd, so the parity -1 power L, this is -1, this is -1, which means corresponds to odd parity. If we determine the parity of oxygen, then this one D state and D state, the orbital quantum number L is equals to 2. So from the formula we can find the parity L equals to -1 power 2. So this is corresponds to even parity. In this formula we should note that for even L there will be even parity, and for odd L there will be odd parity. Thank you.